You know how earlier today we were talking about how they're scammers and they're assholes?
Mm-hmm.
And then how I mentioned in that video that we're going to be talking about someone who almost got scammed. Okay, well, this is the video now. So this guy, this California taxi driver saved a 92-year-old woman from getting scammed out of $25,000.
That's a lot of money, man.
How do you do that, Tiff?
All right, so when she was in his cab, he heard her talking to someone on the phone. Oh, no. When she got in the cab, she said that she needed to go to the bank.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that she had to pull out a large amount of money. And so he was like, what happened or why? And then the woman said that there was someone that was calling her and saying that she owed money to the IRS. And then he asked, like, wait, do you know this person? And she was like, no, I don't know this person. So that's when he was pleading with the woman to reconsider drawing this money out of the bank. And he was like, I really think that this is a scam. And that's when she was not believing him that it could have been a scam because she didn't want to get in trouble.
At this point, I would have been like, you deserve to be scammed.
She's 92.
They don't know.
Yeah, but
she was probably riding horses.
Jojo, what is she got to be, 89? 89?
So why is it that people think the older someone is, the more stupid they are?
Because they don't understand horses.
The IRS wasn't even created.
They're the closest to the expiration date, my friend.
And then she comes from a time of different times.
Yeah, there was no TV.
But she's been around longer than all of us. She had every
shit in a bubble.
Different bubble.
She's been living in a nice
In her day, when someone was committing a crime on her, they said, reach for the sky.
Woody? Was it Woody?
Yeah, that's in her day.
You know, I show my grandma like pictures on my laptop.
Listen to this.
I show my grandma pictures on my on my laptop, and then she looked at the CD slot and she's like, "Is that where you put the pictures in?" She didn't even understand that you could scan and upload or anything.
Bro,
but you're telling me they don't have a brain?
No.
Where they can fucking put the thing and go, doesn't work. I guess it doesn't work.
They don't get it.
Yeah, they just don't understand technology.
They're babies.
They're from a different generation.
When a robber goes to a bank, right, and he's like, everybody get down. Then everybody kind of gets what's up.
Except
like,
for Grandma?
Except for Grandma. Grandma's like, huh? Why would I get down? I'm trying to withdraw.
Joe,
And the grandma starts dancing.
Joe, what if you got teleported to 1,000 years from today and then like they expect you to use their technology and they're like, oh, look at this idiot, doesn't know.
All I'm saying is this technology didn't fall from the sky. She was alive every step of the way we were.
I have a comment. I feel like my mom would get scammed with this because she's so gullible. And she always wants to do the right thing. She's like Miss Goody Two-Shoes, so she wants to meet dead. Like, she hates being late. She hates all that stuff.
But gullible can be any age.
Well,
okay, so she's a gullible old lady.
But they don't understand how shit works. Like my dad just, he has a smartphone. They've only got smartphones in the past couple of years. So he be going on porn and shit on a smartphone, right? He started getting these pop-ups. He sees the shit where it's like, your phone needs to be, you got a virus. He clicks on that shit.
Oh,
Cause he thinks it's legit.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, Dad.
Is he telling your mom? He's like, yeah, I was on a porn site. Yeah, are you kidding me?
I'm like, Dad, don't click on that shit. That's gonna fuck
How'd you
your
find
shit.
out? Did he tell you about
He told me. He was like, yeah, I went on.
Did he put his credit card information?
No. He doesn't pay for anything. He went on a couple websites.
Hey, he's smart then, at least.
Yeah, smart man.
Yeah.
But you also have to know scams at her age, back in whatever she was, were different than they are now.
That's true. It was like, get your snake oil, get your snake oil, I don't care everything.
Nope.
Yeah, the scam is different. So she thinks like, why would they scam this way? It's too...
Fairy Alexa, you can fly a little bit if you just put it on your hands. Put it on your hands.
And then they're like, you, come over here, boy.
Come on here, sir. And he's like,
Your arm is missing.
how old are you, young man? He's like, hello, I'm an actor. Yeah, no, don't say that. Don't say that.
Are you gonna pay me now? No, boy.
No, come on, boy. Come on, Jesus. What the fuck are you doing, kid? You're trying to fucking rub me out of a fucking job.
Okay, back to the story.
Fine.
So then that's when this taxi driver talked to the woman, and then finally
He convinced her.
he convinced her to let him call the number of the person who was posing as an IRS employee.
Yes.
So then when he called the number, he says that he asked the man, do you know this lady? He said no. So then that's when he said that he knew something was wrong. And then that's when he continued to press the man and telling him that the woman was 92 years old and that she was nervous. And so the man hung up And that's when the taxi driver kept calling him back, like repeatedly, and then eventually the number blocked him.
Damn.
And that's when, but the woman still at that point wasn't, like, she didn't believe the driver yet.
Deserves it.
Dude, how smart are you though? If I'm 92, I'm opening up credit with everybody. And I'm like, what are you gonna do? I'm dead in 3 weeks.
If Stanley's 90-something ass years old self can fucking manage and live life.
Well, he had assistance.
And then there wasn't there like a conspiracy
this-
about someone that was abusing him?
Oh, don't say that.
I don't
Wait,
know.
Richard Simmons?
No, Stanley.
Well, no, Richard
Okay,
Simmons
so-
has a better conspiracy about that. Yeah.
She's, to me, I see a stubborn person. She's refusing to
She's
listen.
scared.
She's refusing
I
to
will say stubborn.
learn.
It's different when you're not
She's
connected
scared.
to what's going on.
Let me continue to tell you
my
the
mom
story.
was-
Tell us the
and then
story.
it's gonna paint to you.
Stop interrupting Tiff. Let her tell this. Please, let her tell the story.
It should be interrupt tip
Interrupting
show.
It's literally the tagline of the show. Anyway, but so that's when the driver finally pleaded with the woman and said, "Can I please take you to a police station? Maybe you will believe a cop." So she finally
Who is
said-
this guy? He's nice.
Yeah, he's super
Spider-Man.
So then she finally said, "Okay, let's go to the police department." He spoke to an officer at the station, explained everything, and that's when the officer finally convinced the woman that yes, she was being scammed. And that's when the driver was like, "Okay, I saved this lady," because he was like, I'm a really honest man. Like I knew something was wrong.
Good for him.
So I wanted.
Why is he a cab
You-
driver then?
you know
'Cause
what?
they always come
Because
off
he came
shady.
from a different country,
I
and he's
know.
trying to provide for his family that's still back home. I know the whole story.
Oh, he came from a different country?
I just made that up.
Well, his name is Rajbir Singh.
So yes.
He's an Indian cab driver.
Yeah, Indian guy.
He's like, "Matt, we used to do these scams all the time in India. Please."
He's like, I used to work as a telemarketer doing this shit.
I
He's like,
know.
we used to go, "Damn."
She's like, I know these cons, ma'am.
And you know what's cute? This old lady she only believed the police officer because back in her day, people in uniform were like the upright citizens.
Or what if this lady is fucking racist the whole time?
I ain't gonna trust no Indian. I know, right?
I'm not trusting no engine.
I'm trying to have her back.
Bullshit! How would your Indian ass know anything about our government? I don't even understand the fucking bullshit English.
He's like, wait, how is it possible that I'm talking to an engine, but I'm not on a casino? You tell me how that's possible.
Imagine she's a fucking racist ass 90s.
And that's the reason why she wouldn't believe him.
That would be crazy.
But yeah, in the end, he took her home. Her bank account was saved. And then a week after,
She gave it to the.
a week after, Raj got a call to come back to the station. And when he got there, the officers gave him a $50 gift card to thank him for what he did.
Oh, that's so cute.
This is key, Tiff. Gift card to what?
I don't know.
Cheesecake
They
Factory.
If only, probably not.
You can only buy like
Starbucks.
bread there.
Probably, you know what, Tim? Probably Boston Market.
Boston Market.
Maybe it was a Amazon. Amazon.
Yeah, right.
Amazon.
So she almost,
Or a Visa.
There's Tiff looking on the right side as always.
so she almost transferred 25 grand.
Almost. No, withdrew. Yeah.
Wow.
Through the cash?
Almost.
Oh, she almost did.
She was driving to the bank.
About a real scam that's happening right now. So a lot of scammers right now are getting old people to, they get them on, they do screen sharing, right? And then one of the things that they do is they get them to download this applet of a program that it's almost like an MS-DOS thing, but it's like in the black window, right? And it doesn't matter, but it plays, and then in the screen it says like, oh, well, here's the amount of money that you should pay. So they're like, hey, you should pay this much money in order to get your computer back from the virus.
Ugh.
So people start to type it. And then the scammer already has screen sharing on with typing on. So they add a 0 to whatever they write. So usually it goes from like $1,000 or something to 10 grand. And they just add the 0 at the end of it and hit enter, and then it says applicate. And so then they're like, wait, oh, we just paid you 10 grand. You owe us this money now. And so then the scared person is like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do? And they end up having to go to the bank to try to settle the payment. So they feel they're like, oh shit, I owe them 9 grand because
They put it into our account.
Exactly.
What?
That's a thing that's actually happening, dude. When I moved to LA, about 2 years into it, my buddy was breaking up with his girlfriend. I had to find a new roommate. And so when I was looking for a new roommate on Craigslist, one of the main scams was, oh, hey, you need a roommate. Cool. I'm going to move in with you. Is it cool if I just send all my furniture to you? I'm going to send you I'll give you a check right now for $5,000. And then all you have to do is put that into your bank account. And then you send me a Western Union check for $5,000. And I'm supposed to
and then
fall
the
for
check
that.
bounces?
Of course, the check bounces, but I already sent them a check from my funds that says $5,000 from Western Union.
Why do
which is
people
not
send it
refundable.
without the check clearing?
Exactly, but people do it because they think
Maybe they don't know how the bank system
people,
works.
Yeah.
and they've maybe talked to them like 12 or 13 times, so they think they're reputable people.
Yeah, when I was looking for apartments on Craigslist once, there was this other scam where they were saying that they own that piece of property that I was inquiring about, and that if I would just send in the deposit, then they will leave the key in the mailbox and all this other bullshit. And I remember responding like, you really think I'm that stupid?
Have you guys heard of the truth default theory?
No.
So the truth default theory is the theory that generally humans trust people first until they're given a reason that this person is lying.
Yeah, true.
Until there's enormous evidence, people don't go, hey, wait a minute.
I think so.
Wait a fucking minute. I'm the opposite.
I'm the opposite.
I'm like,
I'm the opposite.
fuck everybody, motherfucker.
Give me evidence that you're telling the truth, and then I'll believe you.
I don't do that.
I'm like, you're a piece of shit. Once
You know
I
why?
met you.
Because I think people are afraid to unveil that it just might be filled up with a lot of cons. But it's also evolutionary. So the concept is that if humans were constantly skeptical of each other,
There's no tribe building.
there's no progress, there's like whatever, right? So what ends up happening is that there's nothing that's really being built. But if you just trust each other first and foremost, then you kind of just follow the leader, you kind of just listen and all this stuff, it just keeps going.
Dude, I was just at a movie premiere with Tiff. I met Chris Pratt, and I was like, you're probably not even Chris Pratt.
Oh shit.
That's how fucking ready I am for the scam.
And you know what's the funny part of it as well? He didn't even meet him. He walked right by him.
I met him actually.
He's
You did
lying.
not.
Don't trust Steve.
Tiff. So I shook his hand and like we're friends.